Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues over your anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
And it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money is gone, trust me. Now it's like, call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Are Floyd's comments potentially in breach of contract? He could blow the whole fight up and never fight, and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke! I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now. Who cares about the fight?
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly facing renewed financial scrutiny after claims that the IRS placed a lien on his assets over approximately $7.3 million in allegedly unpaid taxes connected to 2018 and 2023.
Is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring magazine, in which they reveal that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million.
This goes beyond a minor financial dispute, with reports alleging that the government has taken action against Mayweather's Las Vegas assets over the outstanding tax debt. If those claims are accurate and the debt remains unresolved, the affected assets could potentially face further enforcement action, adding even more pressure to Floyd's financial situation.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants?
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
What makes the situation even more concerning is the timing. The reported tax dispute comes as Mayweather is already facing increased scrutiny over his business dealings and the growing attention surrounding a potential fight with Manny Pacquiao.
I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
While Floyd publicly described the rematch as an exhibition, reports claim the agreement may have been structured as a professional bout, potentially creating legal complications if the terms are disputed. There are also allegations that Mayweather used the same fight contract as collateral for a loan, adding another layer to the questions surrounding his financial situation behind the scenes.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I wouldn't fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean,
Okay, so it's still happening then.
he has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
yeah.
On top of that, reports claim several Mayweather gyms have shut down amid alleged unpaid rent and staff issues, with employees reportedly walking out over missing payments. One location was even reportedly acquired and rebranded by Manny Pacquiao. If these claims are accurate, they add another layer of concern about how Mayweather's businesses are being managed. With the IRS, business partners, and investors potentially seeking answers, The situation is putting serious pressure on the financial control image Floyd built over the years.
I boxed everybody, and it's so crazy. Like, you know, I had a lot of great days, I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad paydays.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag, and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. You know, a lot of times guys do good in the gym. You know, they be happy. They feel like if you done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title, Well, you gotta really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. You know, I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd,
you know, when you say your name, when they say these fighters' names, they say thousands and millions. When you say Money Mayweather, you say billions.
The silence from Mayweather and his legal team only adds to the uncertainty, with multiple financial and legal issues reportedly unfolding at the same time. Whether the situation is resolved quietly or develops into a larger legal battle, the growing scrutiny could become one of the most serious challenges Mayweather has faced outside the boxing ring.
IRS, how much does he owe? It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats.
And just when the situation surrounding Floyd starts looking like a financial storm, Timothy Bradley offers a different perspective. Instead of assuming everything is falling apart, Bradley suggests that Floyd may simply be using business strategy to his advantage. He points out that securing money up front can create leverage when the deal is structured properly. From that perspective, changing a proposed fight into an exhibition might not be chaos at all. It could be a calculated move designed to protect Floyd's financial interests.
But you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money.
And honestly, that may be the most Floyd Mayweather move of all. While others see confusion, Bradley suggests Floyd could be several steps ahead, using upfront payments and business leverage to manage his obligations before adjusting the terms to fit his current situation. At nearly 50, Floyd may have little interest in taking unnecessary risks unless the deal makes perfect sense. But there's an important catch. If the original agreement was for a professional fight, Bradley acknowledges that the terms can't simply be rewritten without potentially creating serious consequences.
So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that.
So now there's a clear tension between Floyd operating like a businessman while the boxing world still expects him to behave like a fighter. Bradley's perspective suggests Floyd may have used upfront money to handle financial obligations and gain leverage, making the situation look less like desperation and more like calculated maneuvering. But the pressure hasn't disappeared. With the IRS, contracts, business partners, and other parties watching closely, the bigger question is whether Floyd can keep everything aligned with his strategy. And knowing Mayweather, it's difficult to completely rule that possibility out.
Oh, that money he received, I'm pretty out, man. Damn it, I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably about. I know I'm 85-90%. I'm telling you, because he wouldn't. I don't think he'll be doing this. This is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now I want to change.
And just when Bradley is breaking down the situation from a business perspective, Shane Mosley brings the conversation straight back to what could happen inside the ring. Having shared the ring with both fighters, Mosley takes a more cautious approach rather than making a bold prediction. He believes Floyd may have lost some of his physical sharpness with age, potentially making him slower and easier to hit. That could give Manny Pacquiao an opening, but Mosley also points out that Pacquiao may be dealing with his own age-related challenges and training concerns. Suddenly, the matchup becomes less about who was better in their prime and more about which fighter has declined less. Mosley also revisits their contrasting styles, explaining why the matchup was always such a complicated one.
He's not the same Floyd that he was back in the day. So, maybe he's a little bit older and he's not moving as much. And you know that when you get a little bit older, sometimes you don't have the same foot movements, stuff like that, and you're able to get hit with certain shots. So maybe Manny has a chance to get in there and do some stuff. But Manny also has seemed like some complications with, I don't know if he had some kind of stroke or something in the sparring and stuff like that. I thought I seen. So, I mean, there's stuff going on with him too as well. So, we will see.
Manny Pacquiao brings relentless volume, speed, and pressure, while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is known for making adjustments and solving problems as the fight develops. Mosley's assessment is simple but revealing. Floyd was the more difficult fighter to deal with, while Manny was the harder puncher. One relied on frustrating opponents mentally, while the other tried to overwhelm them physically. Mosley also remembers the moment he hurt Floyd and how a single opportunity can disappear if a fighter fails to capitalize. Now, with both legends older and potentially slower, their rematch would be less about who they once were and more about what they can still bring to the ring today.
The harder puncher was Manny Pacquiao, but the most difficult was Mayweather.
Okay.
As far as, his IQ. He had a better IQ, but Manny had a harder working, repetition where he'll come at you. He's working hard. He's trying to get you. Whereas Mayweather is more technical and will sit there and pick you apart.
And just when Mosley is breaking everything down from a fighter's perspective, Manny Pacquiao enters the conversation with a completely different energy. There's no trash talk or dramatic hype, just a calm and confident message. Manny begins by talking about humility, discipline, and faith before getting straight to the main issue, the fight agreement. His position is simple. If the two sides signed for a real fight and Floyd received an advance, then there should be no confusion about what was agreed to. While everyone else is debating different possibilities, Manny appears to be treating the situation as settled, making the idea of turning the matchup into an exhibition seem like a major step backward.
If you ask me, as a boxer, I don't need somebody to push me to work hard, work more, but I did. I always put that in my mind when I'm in training. I have to do extra mile to get that.
Manny doubles down with the same calm and direct approach, refusing to get pulled into the drama or speculation. He says he is training at an extremely high level, reportedly pushing through more than 30 rounds a day as he prepares for what he considers a serious fight rather than a simple exhibition. That contrast makes the situation even more interesting. On one side, there are negotiations, financial considerations, and possible changes to the agreement. On the other, Manny is preparing as if the fight is already locked in. At this point, the issue goes beyond contracts and money. It becomes a question of commitment and whether both fighters are preparing for the same kind of fight.
Purpose of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want to be a fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. He got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
When you put everything together, this stops looking like one simple storyline and starts feeling like several problems colliding at once. There are the reported financial pressures, the IRS questions, the contract issues, and the business side of the situation. Then Timothy Bradley offers a different perspective, suggesting Floyd could still be making calculated moves rather than simply reacting to pressure. But Shane Mosley brings the focus back to boxing, reminding everyone that strategy can't stop Father Time. Floyd today isn't the same fighter who built his legendary aura years ago. Then Manny Pacquiao enters the picture with a calm and straightforward message, making it clear where he stands. Suddenly, the biggest question isn't about who wins the argument. It's about what each side actually agreed to and whether both fighters are prepared for the same fight.
Well, we all look forward to that fight. I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses, no.
This is where everything comes together. Business versus obligation, strategy versus expectations, and legacy versus reality. Floyd may still be trying to control the situation, protect his interests, and make every move work in his favor. But this time, there are too many factors involved, with legal, financial, and public pressure surrounding every decision. The real question now is whether Floyd is still the master strategist who controls the board, or whether the pressure is finally starting to expose cracks. Meanwhile, Manny remains calm, focused, and committed to his position. One side keeps adjusting while the other refuses to move.
I'm doing exhibitions, and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Drop your take in the comments.
What do you think? Is Floyd still in complete control, or are the growing financial and legal questions starting to catch up with him? And with Manny standing firm, could this rematch actually happen under the original terms? Drop your opinion in the comments and let's hear your take. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more boxing news, updates, and deep dives. See you in the next one.